Hey guys, I'm in my bathroom once again. I will give it this, even though I'm right next to a toilet and my phone is like on the sink thing, and I'm on a sink as well. This is some really good lighting. Like, honestly, I would do this again. Even like after the coronavirus, you're just gonna see me from now on in this bathroom or another bathroom. So, just saying. Because honestly, like, it's not the best lighting because it's also getting darker, but it's still nice. Anyways, getting to the point, I am going to do one of something that I haven't done in a long time that I used to do a lot. Now, if you've been subscribed to my channel for a while, you know that I used to make Game Boy, reviews and all that, retro reviews. So I decided that I would make one for the first time in like a couple of years. So I've set this on the toilet. I'm gonna review this guy, the Game Boy Color. Now, this is my Game Boy Color. I've had it for a while. I got like right after my 16th birthday or something. I still have the price tag on it. But anyways, I'm gonna review this and I'm gonna compare it to Game Boy Pocket. This Game Boy came out before this Game Boy Color. So let's start. So anyways, the Game Boy Color was released, I believe, in October or November of 1998. One of the 2 months. And this is what it looks like. Now, for the time, even though Game Boys didn't have the color before, and you could get something like the Super Nintendo or the N64, which did, this could fit in your pocket. Like, you could carry it on the go, and that's why they were so popular and, so cool. I mean, even to this day, stuff that we carry in our pockets, it might not be as powerful as, like, a desktop, but nowadays, it's powerful enough for we can just use it whenever, even when we're home, and, it doesn't matter. But then it was a little bit different. So anyways, this was the first one to have color. That's why Game Boy Color. Cool fact, the colors that you see right here on color, these were the original colors that were introduced for the Game Boy Color. After this, you could get different types of colors, like special editions. They were more money, but even to this day, there's still more. Or people would literally just unscrew these screwdriver, like the screws, with a special screwdriver and, get a special, like, plastic covering with a different color, and, you could do it that way. I've seen, YouTube channels that have done that, and some of the colors are really cool. But yeah, this is just the original purple. Anyways. Okay, so it was very special because that color. Another thing was for the graphics of a portable, like, handheld, the graphics were pretty good for its time. It was clear for 1998, and even if it didn't have a backlit screen, which is pretty much when the screen has a light so you can see in the dark, even though it didn't have that, I don't think portables not even one had that, and if you did, it'd be really expensive. So the graphics were good. It was the first Game Boy to have color. Another thing is they released different type of Game Boy games for the first time. Before, you just had original Game Boy games. This one was the one that introduced Game Boy Color games. These were really cool, I think. I almost dropped it. Because a lot of them were see-through, and you could see, like, the green, the motherboard of the game. And I just think they're really cool. They're obviously more powerful just because they have color. Also, I don't know how many bits were in this. Bits is another word for, like, type of storage. You have your gigabytes, megabytes. Well, at the time, this was bits. Anyways, I know that there was more bits on the Game Boy Color than the Game Boy Pocket, but I'm not sure how many bits there were. But it's definitely faster when you do play on the Game Boy Color. and the graphics are obviously more clear. Because of that, they had to release different types of games. The same thing happened when they released the Game Boy Advance in July of 2001. If you want me to make a separate video of me playing on the Game Boy Color, please comment down below. I definitely will. I think that'd be pretty cool. So, but yeah. Now, I'm gonna compare the two with the Game Boy Pocket. Oh, one other thing is this light right here. It's that right there. This, I feel like, wasn't super common, but when you would turn it on, usually it'd be red, but sometimes it would turn, I think, into like an orange. And that's when you would know when the batteries would need to be changed. Also, the Game Boy Color is thicker than the previous, Game Boy, the Game Boy Pocket, but instead of like either 4 AA's or God, I'm losing it. Okay, so this would take 2 AA's, as of the Game Boy Pocket would take 2 AA's. Now the AA's, I'm pretty sure AAA batteries are more money, or at least they were at the time, because I've seen like a couple of stuff where pretty much people were not happy with getting AAA batteries because they're harder to find and I guess they're more expensive. Also, the battery life wouldn't be as good. So you're just saving yourself more money because this battery life is better and you're paying less for batteries. It doesn't seem like much, but back then a lot of people would use Game Boys every single day, multiple times a day. It was kind of like your iPhone for young kids and even for adults, really. So because of that, that made a huge difference. Now, I'm pretty sure the pricing was the same. And it's same thing with games, it's definitely the same, but a lot of people just love this because it was so colorful, bright, the graphics were great at the time. It was the first Game Boy with color, and it really just changed a lot of things for the gaming industry and for Nintendo. And another thing is up top, you could actually link with other devices. Like you just put them together, they would recognize, link them together, and you could, play games with friends instead of using this, which was introduced in 1989 with the first Game Boy. It's pretty much this long cord that would extend. Most of them are probably like 6 or 10 feet long. You could probably get some 20 feet, but you'd have to connect 2 Game Boys and have this long cord just to play with friends instead of with the Game Boy Color. Even though you could only be a certain feet, away, you didn't have to have that long cord. So, but they still kept it in case if you're playing with someone with an older Game Boy, you could still play, a 2-player game. Now, comparing it to the Game Boy Pocket. So with the Game Boy Color, yes, the screen is smaller, but, it's still big enough. It still does the job, and the resolution and all that is obviously much better than the Game Boy Pocket. This, I'm pretty sure, it had like 64 different colors. That's what I heard on a couple of videos and on Wikipedia. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. Just trying to make a simple review, but yeah. Very positive that this was 64 colors. I heard with this is it only had 2 colors, black and white, but it had different shades. I'm pretty sure that it had about like 5 or 6 shades of color. Obviously not much. Because of that, even for black and white, it's still pretty dim. You can obviously see what you're doing, but, it just wasn't great. But for 1996, it wasn't great, but it did the job, and it wasn't super expensive, and it was super small. That's why people bought it. Obviously, as you can see, the Game Boy Pocket is definitely smaller in size. You can see it more. But that's because of the 2 AA's, but, people didn't really care. I feel like it still fit in your pocket with the Game Boy Color. So yeah, the only big difference is that the Game Boy Pocket is smaller. Most of the Game Boy Pockets don't have the light. If it does have the light, it's the later version of the Game Boy Pocket, and they're on the newer side. this is definitely the original one that came out in September of 96. So yeah, thinner, bigger screen. This is color, this is not. Batteries are different. That's pretty much it. I mean, it obviously couldn't play Game Boy Color games, but not too much different besides those major things. I mean, when you think about it, the shape is still the same. It still had that unique Game Boy design that everyone loved and fell in love with in the 90s, and that was super popular at the time. I mean, even nowadays, I feel like if you talk to someone who is older, around this time when Game Boys were a thing, they would know like how popular this is and, you know, this design. And it lasted for a long time, 9 years. So yeah, it wasn't until the Game Boy Advance in 2001 where they changed the shape of the Game Boys. So yeah, that's it with the video. Just trying to make a simple review that you guys might like, trying to bring back my old videos. Might be a little bit nostalgic for you, or honestly it's nostalgic for me. I don't know about you guys. Some of you guys might not have been following my channel long enough to really even know what I'm talking about, but I know some of you have. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the lighting and talking about the Game Boy. Like I said, if you want to see a video of me playing on my Game Boy Color to just, I guess, see, I don't know, just see it for fun, you know, comment down below if you want any more videos like this. I have a Super Nintendo that I'm thinking about reviewing. I love that thing, and I can definitely go and talk about that. So if you want to see that, or me playing on my Super Nintendo, it's not the original one, it's like the remake of it. If you want to see that, comment down below, or just comment down below anything you want, as long as it's not super offensive. So yeah, make sure to like and subscribe. I hope you liked this video. I'm going to be making some more videos soon, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, bye guys.